evening to everybody. I hope you are all doing very well. A month ago, we had brought a very interesting video on what are the must-have skills for HRs. Today, we are going to bring another interesting facet of what are the unconscious errors and the mistakes that HRs get into. And I repeat, it's an unconscious errors. Thanking one of my friends who actually highlighted and bought this particular idea as well. Let's go ahead to have a look at what are these unconscious errors that we all get involved in. The very first thing is about revealing of the confidential data. What is this all about revealing? We don't really reveal. You're right. You don't reveal it consciously, but you get involved in an unconscious revelation. What are these aspects where we get involved while revealing is about the compensation details, the performance management ratings, the appraisal percentages, and also with respect to any of the grievances that you have got involved in sorting out or witnessed, etc. Speaking over a phone in an open area or at the kind of witnessing or sharing it out of the spur of an emotional moment, we just get involved in an unconscious sharing with some other person. Please be aware about it, and we are not supposed to be doing it. I personally have even witnessed that some of the recruiters negotiate the compensation package with a prospective employer in an open area, and we should be very, very aware about it. And this is something which is unconscious, and we are not supposed to be committing this mistake. What about the kind of the second error that we all get involved is in the kind of comparison of one's own salary with others. Because HRs are involved in any of the compensation negotiation, they have an access to all the entire employee data. It is pretty obvious that automatically they get into the kind of a comparison mode. Psychologically, let me share with you, my dear friends, that we call this as a kind of a social comparison theory. What is this all about is the kind of an intrinsic human behavior. It's a kind of a human drive to compare ourselves and our own stature and the social and the personal worth based on stacking up with others. So at one stage, yes, it might be a great motivator, but majority of the occasions, it is actually something which demotes. What does it actually mean is we get into a kind of being judgmental, being biased, and also nurture the kind of a superior attitude, resulting which it creates a very envious environment and the kind of the resentment that's spurred out of this comparison making. That's an unconscious error that most of the human resource professionals get involved in. What about the kind of the third error that we all get involved is more from the kind of not customizing the things that we have experienced. What do I mean by that is we tend to carry our past, not customizing any of the policies, procedures, or the kind of events or any of the plans to engage employees. What does it actually look like this is, I have witnessed most of my reports as well in the past. They say that in my past organization, this has really worked. I'm sure that this will work further too in this organization too. But please keep it in mind that what has worked in one organization might not work in this organization too, in the current organization too. So it's very, very imperative that we understand what the business requirement is, what is the IQ, EQ and SQ of an organization, customize the plans for the engagement and then implement. Either you are implementing the plans, the policies, the procedures, whatever that you have. What about the kind of the fourth error that we get involved in is we upgrade our knowledge but we fail to implement. Wherein I have myself witnessed that in most of the groups that I am in, they seek for, do you have a work from home policy? Do you have a dress code policy? Do you have some templates of the appraisal letters or some other letter, termination letter, etc.? We do have knowledge. We do read books. We do read blogs, articles, and we are exposed to so many templates. When we are knowing what is the requirement for the business, it's pretty obvious that we should be able to implement our own knowledge, understanding the demands of the organization, which will also pave us for an upgradation of our skills. So please keep it in the point that we can be exposed to the kind of the template that we are aware about it and we know what are the demands. Go ahead and do it yourself. I think that's one of the very important, rather than copying or just editing few of the places of these templates or the policies doesn't really make any difference. If you want to upgrade your skills, implement whatever the knowledge that you have, and it's a golden opportunity to be actually capturing. What about the last one, which is important as well? I think this is more valid for across all the careers. It is about having a mentor. Having a mentor is about the well-wisher and whomsoever you look up to. And it is very important that we, all of us, have mentors irrespective of the age, irrespective of what field, what sector, what domain do they come from. Keep it in mind, it can be a mentors for 2 to 3 or much more than that. And also it can be from the people of your own peers, can be your mentors, your friends, very good friends whom you can trust, can be your mentors, where you can trust and repose the kind of a constructive criticism from them, can be of a great help. Keep it in mind that you are seeking suggestions for improvement with these mentors, and I would highly recommend each one of us to have mentors if we really want to grow and succeed and accomplish and also have a great career progression. Having said this, these were some of the unconscious errors that HR professionals and in general people get involved as well. Keep it in mind because it's more of a self-awareness. Having said all this, thank you so much for listening. It was also a great pleasure having seen the kind of responses from all my listeners. With this, I am extremely glad to also share it with you that we have launched the Diploma in Comprehensive HRM in CRECERS.in. We would be very, very happy if you want to be a part of this, as we are starting a batch this week. So approach us for any more information. Visit us on CRECERS.in. Thank you again for listening. We will get back to you with another interesting video. Thank you and take care until then.